Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night. No, welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast. That's better, right?
Yeah, that's better.
It was like Truman Show, and then I was trying to think in my head, did I say morning? Yes, I got morning. And then I just lost it.
Nice.
Anyways, my name is Matt. I am one of your hosts. Sitting next to me, virtually, is my good buddy, Mysterious Mike Talent.
Yep. We're coming to you over the FaceTime / Zoom / Skype / Google thing. What's the new Facebook Messenger group or something? Room? I don't know.
They got a new Facebook Messenger room thing? Interesting.
It's some video chat thingy to compete with Zoom.
Well, at least it's not. What was it like a few years ago? Chat roulette, where it was basically like just a bunch of penises.
Yes. Chat roulette was a bunch of penises, peni, if you will.
Peni, the plural of penises. Peni. So, Mike, you were an avid user of chat roulette.
No, I wasn't. Turns out, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Just people jump in and out of conversations. I don't know. It seemed real odd.
Clearly, you are having the wrong Zoom meetings at work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Zoom bombing is kind of like chat roulette.
In a way, yeah. So, Mike, what is your favorite Zoom virtual background?
Princess Leia, metal bikini.
Yeah, is that the one that you're rolling with? You have that in the back. She's like lying there, Jabba. Yeah. I rotate through. I try and change every other day. I got some Game of Thrones. I got the Simpsons couch. I got the Family Guy couch. Of course, plenty of Star Wars. Parks and Rec. I put on Parks and Rec. It's like the desk of the main character, Amy Poehler's character, and everybody was like, "Is that the Oval Office?" I'm like, "Seriously, you guys don't know what Parks and Rec is?"
Man, you should just have one as Little Sebastian.
Dude, that would be perfect. I need to do that. I'm gonna hunt that down. My background for tomorrow's 2 or 3 Zoom meetings will be Little Sebastian. So, Mike, how are things?
Things are okay, man. We're surviving over here on the East Coast.
I heard you spent a nice, wonderful day in quarantine, covered with all kinds of different, various bodily fluids.
Yes. The child unit is creating lots of fluids, and sometimes those fluids splash all over me.
Oh, the joys of bringing up a child that I will never, ever, ever have to deal with. Success. See, hashtag winning right there. Hashtag winning. I'm going with Charlie Sheen. I'm winning.
Oh, yeah, dude. I haven't heard that in a while. Winning.
I'm bringing it back, Mike.
Nice.
All right, so I will continue with a little business before we get started of our review for episode 168. Code 8? I believe it's 168. Yes. Just want to say thanks to everyone that tuned in to the radio station and listened to our pod and entered our contest to win the Rhythm Section freebie movie. That was pretty sweet. Hopefully it continues and we can do it again in the future. So hang out, listen to us, because you never know when we're going to give stuff away for free.
Yeah.
So just want to say shout out to everyone that entered and thank you very much, and especially on the radio station. That was pretty sweet. It was a lot of fun. So, Mike, all right, let's on to the review. This is a independent film that Netflix purchased, known as Code 8 for episode 168 again. See, I'm getting it in there of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. I guess it's technically a tributary, right?
Yeah, I think so, because it's I know Netflix didn't make it, but it's only available on Netflix, I think, right now. So,
all right, Mike. So do it. Give us the rundown of Code 8.
All right. So Code 8 was directed by Jeff Chan, written by Chris Pear and Jeff Chan. It's starring Robbie Amell, Carrie Mache, Penny Izanga, and it's about a superpowered construction worker falls in with a group of criminals in order to raise the funds to help his ill mother.
All right, Mike, first impressions.
I didn't really know what this was that well. I just kind of saw it advertised, or I think it was on trending or something on Netflix. I'm not actually sure how I ended up watching it. But, I was pleasantly surprised with this. I liked it.
So that's one thing that Netflix has started implementing that I kind of like, because Netflix is so vast, so much gets buried, and I don't get to see it because of how their logarithm works. I usually see stuff that's related to stuff that I like to watch, but sometimes I want to watch something a little different. I did see Code 8 pop up because it is a sci-fi film, and they know I love my sci-fi. But Mike, what do you think about their new edition of having the top 10 trending on Netflix?
I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely interesting to see what other people are watching. I'm not sure if it's region based or if it's like region as in like Southeast or South or like certain states. Like, I don't know how they're exactly configuring it, but it's kind of neat to see just kind of what's going on. And, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I do want to watch that. So that's pretty cool. And then, now Netflix has had this for a little bit. I think they kind of borrowed this from HBO, as they definitely promote their own stuff quite a bit more than they used to. Like as far as having like a trailer after the movie or when you first log in or whatever, they're always promoting something like, the new Thor movie.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth,
Extinction, yeah. Yeah, which might be up for debate about if we're going to watch that for next week or not. I don't know. We'll see. But I think how Netflix is doing it, I think they're just doing it country-based. I don't think they're doing it region-based. Because, I mean, Tiger King was at the top for a long time, man. At the top for a long time. And I don't think there would be that many people over here, especially in Prescott, that gave two shits about Tiger King. But I watched it. It's a wonderful train wreck. It made me feel so good about my life.
So, Tiger King, Netflix just had their earnings report last week, and they talked about a couple numbers. They don't usually give out numbers too much, but they said that Tiger King was, a smash success, and I think it had like 60 million streams. But at the same time, Netflix changed the way they count the streams. So before you had to watch like 75% of whatever it was to be counted as like a view. Now it's like 2 minutes or something. It's whatever I think this is how YouTube counts streams. So it's a little bit different. So I don't know if that's inflating their numbers or not, but obviously, if you've been on Facebook at all, you know that 1 million people did watch Tiger King because there's memes and jokes about it all the time.
Oh yeah. Everybody watched it, but I don't know. I think that's kind of cheating, especially when it comes to Netflix. I can see 2 minutes for YouTube just because YouTube has a lot of shorter stuff. It has a lot of longer stuff now, too. A lot of the podcasts and shows I like to watch are quite a bit longer. One is 2.5 hours. I don't really watch that one much anymore. I really like that podcast, but it is just relentlessly long. But so, all right, Mike, I will steer us back on topic. Code 8, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The acting was a little rough. A lot of the people in it are no names. There's not really any big name people. There's a couple, but no one real super crazy famous. I think they did a fine job. I don't think the acting was like horrible, but you could tell they're not seasoned pros, that's fine. It is an independent film, so you got to go with what you can get for the money you got. One thing that I was pleasantly surprised is I thought the CGI was amazing for how much it cost.
Yeah, definitely. This movie had very good use of special effects in your CGI and stuff. Like, it kind of reminds me of now I can't think of the movie. It's a movie in South Africa. section.
District 9?
District 9, yes.
Yeah. Well,
it kind of reminds me of that in some ways, even because the robots somewhat look like some of the robots in that. But yeah.
Did you ever watch Chappie?
Yeah.
That's the robots in this film look a lot like Chappie. Chappie was rough. I liked Chappie. I still bought it. I have it on Blu-ray, if you can believe that. Don't spit all over the screen, Mike. Don't spit all over the screen. I know it's not a great movie.
I can't believe you bought that movie. It's
Actually,
so weird. It's like a romance novel to this weird South African rap group.
Basically, yeah. I actually, I don't know if I bought it. I think I might have gotten it as a birthday present or something. I don't know. But it is in my Blu-ray library, not DVD Blu-ray. But I think one reason District 9, District 9 had Peter Jackson, right? Backing it?
He might have been producer, yeah. I think he might have been a producer.
It had a big name producer throwing money at it, so I think that's one of the reasons why District 9 looked so polished. But dude, that is one of my favorites, man. I still, to this day, would love to see a sequel. I want to see District 10. I want to see what happened to the main character of that movie. I really do.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyways, no, I enjoyed Code 8. I thought the story was unique. It's kind of an X-Men ripoff in a way, but what I really liked is that I talked about it on the radio this morning. It's like a blending of a lot of different kind of sci-fi subgenres. So you got robots, you got mutants slash special powers, and then you got like this weird like gangster crime drama going on with it as well. All in one.
Yeah. It was kind of a like a Judge Dredd meets I don't know, X-Men meets, and then some other movie with like robots, iRobot.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But the robots were interesting because they didn't take, they were heavy on them. Like that's one thing, not to get too much into the spoilers, but it's the start of the film where they're giving you all this background information, and other films have done this where they just like inundate you with news clips and sound bites and stuff from the media to build like the world. And it was just very confusing and very fast. There was a lot of it. And one of the things that they centered on in the news clips in the beginning of the film was these robots and the creation of these robots called Guardians and everything. And then, yeah, they were a big factor in the film, but they weren't really like a character, I guess is a good way to put it. They were more almost backgroundy.
Yeah, I think that had to do with budget issues, but I think what they did do was really awesome. You're right. The start of this movie is a little odd, and it's like, what is this? But it actually figures itself out pretty quick. So, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised in this one.
It's a good story. It's a really fun story. It's a really interesting alternate universe. And I enjoyed that. I like that. The story and the special effects and CGI is definitely the best thing this movie has going for it. The story is a little rough here and there, especially, again, not to spoil it, but the ending. The ending was just blah. I did not like the ending. It just kind of let's just leave it at that before we get into spoilers.
Just fizzled out for you, huh?
Yeah, the ending was just, I'm like, really? That's how you're going to end it? Really?
Does just kind of cut to black.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad that we watched this one. This was a good one to watch. This is a good movie to watch during this pandemic. It's totally different world. You can kind of escape for your hour and 38 minutes and enjoy it.
Well, I think, that's one of the reasons why sci-fi is such an important genre and my favorite genre. Sci-fi and horror like lumped together a lot all the time, but they're extremely different, very different. I like sci-fi because much like horror, it's usually in an alternate universe doing things that are not possible, at least not yet. But one of the things I like about sci-fi, again, I said not yet, like Her. Her is like a romantic comedy sci-fi movie. Who would know, like literally like less than 10 years after that movie came out, we're all talking to our digital assistants all the time. Granted, it's not at that level, but it's still a little uncanny.
Yeah, and it's not Scarlett Johansson's voice, but I mean, I'm sure there's going to be one soon on Alexa or somewhere where you can change it.
Dude, if I could, yes. Yeah, I mean, she's my first, she's my future first ex-wife. She doesn't know it yet. She'll find out,
Yeah.
Who's the dude from Saturday Night Live she's banging now? Colin Jost?
I don't know.
This is your fair warning, Colin Jost. I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
All right. Well, Matt, I guess with that, let me ask you, what are you drinking?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. See, I got it in. I haven't said that for a while. Actually,
yeah,
maybe I have. I don't know. All right, let's see. Mike, today I have a mixed drink. I'll hold it up. Can you tell just by looking at what it is?
I don't know. Is it a White Russian? Because all I can see is like light color.
It is a Caucasian, sir. It is a Caucasian. In honor of the dude, I got a bottle of Kahlua. I still have my, bucket of vodka from Kirkland, and a little cream for a delicious White Russian, aka Caucasian. I took a picture and put it up on my Instagram when I had my first one, last week or something like that. All right, Mike. Okay. What beer are you drinking, sir?
I'm drinking a session IPA, and it is from Sierra Nevada, and it's called 3 Weight. It's got like a fly fisherman on it.
Dude, that's a pretty sick little sticker on the front of there. That's nice. Yeah. So you still have not given in to drinking hard alcohol yet, like myself?
No, I haven't gotten there yet, Matt. But I mean, I got to go check out these specials, man. If they're just trying to move the liquor, man.
They are over here. I don't know how they're doing it over there, but they are over here. I'm getting some pretty smoking deals on some bottles. Like even the Kirkland brand vodka, like the bucket of vodka I bought, was on sale. It was like $4 off. I'm like, it's already cheap enough as it is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was $4. I was like,
no,
dude, that's like cheaper than gas.
It was close. I think it was like $10 or $11 for this giant bottle of vodka.
Oh yeah, speaking of gas, man, what's gas over there?
We are still at, I'll go with the station that I go and fill up at. I fill up at Ampum across the street from Costco because I'm not a Costco member. And it is currently $2.15.
What?
Mm-hmm. We're getting robbed, unlike you guys over there. What's yours? 12 cents?
No. At the place that I frequent, it's known as Wawa.
Everybody loves the Wawa.
Yeah, it is $1.69 the last time I went out of the house. So
nice. That's pretty good. So that was what, 3 weeks ago?
It was like a week ago, man. I don't go out much. It's like a little vacation. It's almost like a carcation.
I go out a lot. I go out a lot, man. I won't lie. This coronavirus shit ain't stopping me. Actually, it's mostly for work. I usually don't, I might hit up Walmart or something, but I try and do like what you're supposed to do, like time your trips around when you leave. So I'll bounce around town shooting houses all day. Like Friday, I was gone from 9:30 until about 6:30 shooting. And on the way home, I'll hit the grocery store or Walmart or get my drugs then or, whatever.
Nice.
All right. So, Mike, you know what that means. It's time for my question. And I'm betting this one was difficult.
Yes, it was.
All right. So, Mike, how does Code 8 relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt, thanks for asking. So this one was quite difficult. This is a lower budget movie, and with that doesn't have some of the insiders and normal people that make movies. But I was able to find special effects artist Michael Ininen. I'm sure I messed that up. from The Incredible Hulk 2008, who worked on special effects for this movie as well.
Incredible Hulk. Is that the one with Ed Norton?
Yeah, the Ed Norton one.
Then that one is technically MCU. Mike, you win. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, man. I was getting to the bottom of the list. I couldn't find anybody. There's a couple people that worked on some DC movies, but I won't mention which movies those are. And yeah, so it was rough.
You got it though. You got it. You persevered, Mike. Amazing.
It is amazing, man. I mean, well, we're on a movie 168, and we have we've had 3 or 4 that we couldn't find.
Well, we had to do roundabout ways for the 3 or 4 we didn't find. Or there was some where, when I did, Cloud Atlas, I don't think I even did it. I was just like, yeah, Mike's not here. Sorry.
So yeah, and, I mean, but we think about it, one of my most impressive ones to me is that I found somebody from Jaws working on MCU.
Oh, yeah. That's the most impressive one by far. I mean, that movie is, 1974? Right? And literally a franchise that doesn't start for 26 years. No. When was Iron Man? Iron Man was in 2000.
2008.
2008. God, so almost 30 years. And you tied him in. Impressive, Mike. Impressive.
It was impressive.
All right, so speaking of impressive, Mike, let's go ahead and spoil Code 8. So if you have now watched it or you want to watch it or you just don't care, keep listening or turn it off. Up to you. Mike, go first.
All right, Matt. So I'm going to talk about the drones because I know that is a favorite heated topic for you. But anyway, I like the way that they did the quadcopter drone. Are they drones or are they because were they piloted? I don't know. It was a little vague on that part.
Right. I was just going to say the same thing. I wasn't sure if they were piloted or not, but I think they were probably automated. So I would say, yeah, they're probably drones because, it seemed, at least how it came off to me, this is just me theorizing, that the quadcopters are always up in the sky, always operating. They might stop to refuel or something like that, and you wouldn't want a live person up there always sitting there just waiting,
Oh yeah, that's true. So you would have robots flying it and stuff and refueling, but then maybe you would alert a human person if you needed to do something, and then they would authorize. I mean,
yeah,
if
it
it's
would need
following
clearance.
The 3 rules.
Yeah, right. It would need the rules of engagement or whatever. Yeah, it would need clearance, right? So, because I mean, the robots are running around targeting people and just blatantly lighting them up. So having an AI, because it would be I envision it more like from Terminator, where the flying robots, they're, it's not like a robot sitting in a pilot seat. It just flies itself. It's programmed and it runs, but it's its own AI kind of thing. So I can see it doing something like that. And then it would get authorization to drop and where to drop and stuff like that. Or refuel or things like that. But again, I'm theorizing, and that's one of the fun things about sci-fi. So you could do stuff like that.
Yeah, no, but I enjoyed the robots. I thought the special effects for the robots looked great. I don't know if it could have been just people in suits or whatever, but it looked good. So I don't know. Sound was good. Looked good.
I think it was probably a combination of people in suits and maybe green screened parts and movement and stuff, because they do not move like people at all. They really are kind of chunky and clunky and, a lot was that Boston Robotics that had the weird ass dog and the weird ass?
Oh yeah. Boston Dynamics.
Or
Boston Dynamics, I think, right? That has the robot dog and the different things.
Yeah, I think their division was called robotics. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You know what I meant. And, that shit walks and real weird. But yeah, it's still walking. And that's kind of like what the robots were doing in this.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. There's some other, I guess, I don't know if I want to say, they're not, would you call them mutants, man? I don't know. Enhanced people.
Well, I think they're supposed to be more like superheroes than mutants. But I mean, mutants are kind of superheroes. Like, what do you consider a superhero? You know, like Batman's a superhero, but he has no powers. So I think they're just enhanced human beings. So I would put them in the kind of like the same category as like someone like Superman or an X-Men or something like that. But mutants are normal people that have mutated. This seems to be just like winning like the gene lottery, you know?
Yeah, I really like the electrical special effects that they did in this. I know they're few and far between because I think they were trying to save money, but when they used it, I thought it was great. So like, I think it worked well. One
of my favorite things doing with the the powered individuals, was right at the beginning when they're all sitting outside like Home Depot and they get picked up to go do construction work, and everyone that's like working on a house is powered, and so they're like cranking through building this house like nobody's business, you know, like the electric guy, the guy that we're following, he's like cutting pipes and like welding stuff and like wiring stuff. I mean, can you imagine if you had some of these abilities, how quick you could do construction work? You know, that's pretty amazing. I thought that was a really smart idea.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. It's kind of fast, but it was kind of neat to see the different people. Like, so I think the one guy's carrying like stuff that's way too heavy for normal people, and like just other stuff's just going on. You're like, wait, something's a little off on this scene. And then like, I remember when he's cutting the pipe, I was like, oh, wait a second. Because that was kind of our introduction.
It's his finger, yeah,
into the special people. And you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, like the dude that was carrying the heavy stuff, it was like almost like a pallet of bricks or something like that. And I'm like, is he just really strong? Interesting. But I like that scene. I thought it was a really cool, good scene.
Yeah, it was a neat way to introduce that. And then, you know, the whole Home Depot thing and the like kind of class or you know, shunned these people are. You know, I just had a thought, Matt. Do you know why this movie's called Code 8? Do you remember them saying something about, was that anywhere in the movie?
I don't remember
think
anything.
it was.
Yeah, no, because like they even talk about the power levels of the different ability people, and it's not codes. It's like he's a level 2 and he's a level 3, and I didn't understand how that worked, but I don't know. Maybe Code 8 is like the division with the robots of the police or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And then maybe that has just something to do with that. What was the drug called? That
Psych.
Everybody was psych. Yeah, the spinal tap drug.
Well, the one that you know, that's the thing. I did have a lot of questions when I was watching this with my lovely lady. Psych. So you take psych. So you would think they pull this liquid out of the supers, and then they sell it on the street. But you would think it would only work on like normal people, or just on like superpowered people. I was trying to figure out how that worked. Like, does just everyone take it and just get high as shit? Or if like a normal person takes it, do they die or do they get abilities? Or, you know, those are some of the questions I started thinking about when they were introducing this drug.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really go into that, so it's hard to know. But you know, it's okay. I don't feel like it took away from the story.
No, it wasn't like a must know, but these are the kinds of things I start thinking about when I'm watching it. I don't know. Maybe I just want more development. I'm not sure.
All right.
So, Mike, what else you want to talk about Code 8 in the spoiler section?
Yeah, you know, you kind of touched on this earlier, but it was neat to see a mashup of like kind of the X-Men iRobot and like drug stuff. Like I was like, oh no, is this just going to be another like drug addiction movie? And although there was some of that, it was actually a lot of other things too. So it mostly rotated around the main character and his mom and trying to get her treatment for something that we're not exactly sure what's going on, but towards the middle of the movie, I think they give you a little bit better explanation. But it doesn't matter too much either. You just know that there's a problem and he's trying to fix it and everything that's going on around, and he just keeps getting sucked in deeper into stuff that's probably not good.
Well, one of the scenes where they're at the hospital, the doctor comes in and is talking about it. And what it is she has a tumor on her brain. And as the tumor grows and swells, it's causing her abilities to be uncontrolled and do what they want. So that's why like her hands, like she has like freezing ability or something. And her hands are like, they look like they have ice cubes and stuff. And they're always like blue and cold. And so that's like a side effect of it. And she was starting to just unconsciously freeze lots of things, and almost to the point where she was becoming a danger not only to herself but everyone around her.
Yeah.
And so that's what was going on with her.
Yeah. I thought that was it was a good story. The romance in this movie is very light and somewhat ends very oddly. As Matt has alluded to. Matt, do you want to talk more about the ending?
Dude, I was really afraid they were going to do the main character like falling in love with the healer, and they didn't do that. It's weird. Like he uses her to try and heal his mom, and then halfway through it, this was another one that raised questions, but I'll just stop because I can go off about it. The healer starts healing his mom, and she's like about halfway through, and he pulls her off her and says, no, don't do that. And they show you later in the end credits, and they like rush through it. Not the end credits, but towards the end. His mom dies, and she like lives and goes on and about her day and all this other stuff. And it ends with her going to a prison and meeting her father, who I guess she never met before, or I don't know. It's just, it ends with her sitting at a prison where the dude walks up, sits down, looks at her, and that's the end of the movie. What? It was very weird. Very weird. They could have just ended it where the dude was visiting his mom's grave and saying how, he's sorry, kind of sorry for the choice that he made, but he thinks he made the right one of letting her die and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right. It is a weird way to end, and like you think there's going to be just a little bit more. It's black screen.
The dude didn't even say anything. He didn't say hi, daughter, or I love more money, man. Or hug. Nothing.
It costs more money,
I guess.
Now he's not. Now he's not a talking actor.
It ended bad. It was not good. It was not good, Mike.
All right. Well, Matt, what are you thinking about doing for this next week?
All right, so is it my pick this week since you picked last week, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so I'm going to go with a pick that's on my list that I put on there a while back. Mike, you ready? There's about 20 of them deep.
It's going to be Bubba Hotep, isn't it?
No. That's a request. That's a request from my buddy Josh, who owns Game On in Prescott, Arizona. And dude, he is doing deliveries in his Tesla. He rolls around once a day delivering stuff in his Tesla from the game shop. Sucks I can't get my comic books because the distributor and pretty much the comics industry is shut down. So I haven't gotten comic books in over a month. I just don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But
maybe you should read a normal book.
Blasphemy. They don't have pictures. Jesus, Mike.
I mean, you could draw some.
Okay, fine. See, now it's getting the other way where I'm going to have to do work now. I'll just take a picture of the book. Isn't that good enough?
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Mike. You're the best. You're the best. But no, he runs around delivering stuff because he's mostly a game shop with comics thrown in. But anyways, no, that's Josh, owner of Game On. My list, this is done by a little director. You might have heard of him. His name is Martin Scorsese.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's maybe a little famous, maybe. He's done one or two things. This is a 21-year-old film that he did, starring one of my favorite character actors of all time, Bringing Out the Dead. Starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay. I don't think I might have seen this a long time ago. I'm interested to watch this again because I've heard it's amazing.
It came out our senior year of high school, so you might have seen it back then. But it stars John Goodman Patricia Arquette when she was on her way up, and Nicolas Cage are the three main actresses in it.
I think I remember. Does it have like a cross on the what's the cover look like? I think I remember.
It looks like the Red Cross with Nicolas Cage's face in it. Okay. So it's not like a religious cross, it's a medical cross. Because gotcha. I have the synopsis pulled up right in front of me.
All right, go for it, man.
Haunted by the patients he failed to save, an extremely burned out Manhattan ambulance paramedic fights to maintain his sanity over 3 fraught and turbulent nights.
All right. Good summary.
So sound good? You want to watch it, Mike?
Sure.
All right. Bringing Out the Dead, for those of you who want to watch it with us, is currently streaming on Amazon Prime Video. So if you want to watch it, go look it up. You probably have to search for it because it is an older movie. It's probably not going to be towards the front, but it is on there. It is free. And watch it and sit down and listen to us review it next week.
Nice.
I got to figure out what else I'm going to do, though, for the radio. Because I'm trying to do movies that we're not going to like review probably, or if we do, it might be a while. I was thinking about maybe doing like a classic, like something off of like Disney Plus. You know, like I've never seen Zootopia.
What?
I know. You're not the first person that said that to me this week, and it's only Monday.
It is a fantastic movie that I was extremely surprised at how funny and well done it is. So you should watch that one.
Yeah, I need to. I think that'll be. I'll do that for next week on the radio. I'll do Bringing Out the Dead, and the complete polar opposite, Zootopia.
Yeah. Both family friendly, right?
Of course. All right, Mike. So let's get to the bread and butter. How many reels do you give Code 8?
All right, man. I'm going to give this one 3 reels because I liked it.
Dude. Again.
No way, again?
I gave it 3 reels because I liked it. I thought it was good, but it had its issues. It's still a fun movie and well worth a watch. I will not say anything against that. Now, the other movie that I watched this morning, or not watched this morning, I reviewed this morning on the radio, was Captive State. I don't recommend people see that. That was not very good. I think you should watch it because I'd like to hear your opinion about it, Mike.
All right, maybe I'll watch that.
But it was not great. So, all right, so I think that is it for everything I got, unless you got something else, Mike.
No. Thanks everyone for participating in the contest last week, and we hope to bring you some more. And I guess that's it from us. So catch us on the next pod, and follow us on all the socials. And thanks for listening.
You forgot about the shitty selfies? Go to Mike at realfilmnerds.com. Shitty selfies.
Yeah. I don't think I forgot about that.
Well, I just want to make sure it's starting to like settle down a little bit. You're only probably getting like 3 or 4 a day now. We need to boost it up. I want at least like a dozen a week, maybe more.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Good morning, Magic 99.1. Who's this?
It's everyone's favorite quarantined critic.
Oh, it must be Matt Hinshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast.
Always. How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great. How about you, Matt?
I'm doing okay.
Are ya? Good. You feeling good? No coughs, no aches, no pains, no fevers?
Just allergies. I have really, really ruthless allergies right now. Other than that, I'm okay.
I totally do, too. Isn't it like the worst timing ever?
Yeah, this is not when you want to have allergies because you sneeze and everybody looks at you like you have the plague.
Or worse, the Rona.
Or the Rona. It's the Rona.
It's the Rona. Of course. Yeah. I hear you. I hope you feel better. Tell me, did you watch something over the past week?
Yeah, I doubled down on my favorite genre this week.
Nice. What genre?
Yeah. I watched 2 sci-fi movies this week.
How did I know you were going to say sci-fi movies?
Yeah, sci-fi is my favorite. I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
I like a lot of different genres, though. I mean, drama is amazing. Action is always fun.
Sure. You like the rom-com. You like a good rom-com, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, totally. Who doesn't love a good rom-com, you know?
Right.
I mean, when I'm feeling down in the dumps and I got to make myself feel better, I just pop in a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And, you know,
what's your go-to?
2 hours later, I'm feeling great.
What's your go-to? When Harry Met Sally?
No. When Harry Met Sally, no.
Well, what rom-com is your go-to? I want to know.
I'm trying to think of
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would be Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire is a good one. Jerry Maguire's fun.
Show me the money, baby.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's a couple modern ones that were pretty, well, not, Jerry Maguire's modern, but like the past few years, I'm trying to remember.
Well, we'll get back to that. Tell me, what'd you see?
I'll start off with the one that I'm not doing for the podcast, which came out last year, starring John Goodman. It's called Captive State.
Ooh. And?
It was okay. A little disappointing. It's about aliens landing and basically dominating the entire human race. The film takes place 9 years after the aliens have landed, and they are basically mining the planet for all of our natural resources, and they call themselves the legislatures, and they take over the entire planet, running the whole thing. Yeah. And there's a small insurgent group that's trying to rise up against the aliens to reclaim the planet. It was okay. It was okay. It could have been better. I wish there would have been more like action and more alien kind of stuff in it.
Yeah.
It was very like politically driven, and I don't know. I mean, it works. It's really a really fun and cool and interesting concept.
Yeah.
But there's, sci-fi. I wanted more aliens. I wanted more crazy stuff, and there wasn't enough in my book.
If you want that other stuff, you can just turn on the news.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Okay. So how many reels are you going to give it?
I give it 2.5 out of 5.
Ooh, 2.5. Okay, we'll pass on that one. What else did you see?
The other one I watched is an independent film that Netflix picked up and put out fairly recently. I think they put it out end of March. Also sci-fi. It's called Code 8.
Ooh, Code 8. Was it good?
Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. It's a really fun, unique, interesting take on superhero powers.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of an alternate reality where a percentage of the population is born with superpowers, and they have to register with the government that they have these powers. And so if they don't, they can get in trouble when they do work and things. So, like, for instance, we start following the main character in this film, and he's doing side jobs, kind of like sitting out front of like Home Depot. He's going and doing construction jobs and helping build a house because his superpower is electricity. Okay. And so he can do things like cut pipes and like weld and all stuff with his fingers. And so they can build stuff really fast.
Right.
And so it starts out with that, and then they start adding in robots. The robots were invented to help hunt down the troublemakers with the superpowers that are breaking the rules and all this other stuff. And I mean, it just covers like all these different genres of sci-fi just in one movie. And it was really fun and really kind of neat and a little bit off the wall. The acting's rough because it's not really a whole lot of really known people. Again, it's an independent film.
Yeah.
But the CGI was really good for being such a small film. I really enjoyed it. I think it's worth a watch if you have Netflix.
It sounds like you did. Tell me, how many reels are you going to give it?
I give it 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. All right. And it's on Netflix, which you already have anyway.
Netflix.
Code 8 is the name of it, correct?
Yep. Code 8.
Excellent. Matt, tell everybody about your podcast.
RealFilmNerds.com. Come and check us out. We do one a week. We try and be, nice about it, but we're honest. That's the thing. We're just a couple normal dudes that are honest about our movie reviews. So It's not like critics where we break it down and all this. We're like, no, either we like it or we don't. That's it.
Right. We're just a couple of film nerds talking about the movies. Matt, thank you so much for joining me this morning on Magic 99.1. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. Take care.